Hello, I'm going to service this Corsa today, so I'll show you what I do. So, I'll show you what you need first of all. So you need some oil for the engine, obviously, with 530 here. Now this one only takes 3 litres. Oil filter, and I'm also going to do the air filter while I'm there as well. I've only just replaced the spark plug so it doesn't need them. You'll need a T45 star bit, something to move the T45, so if you've got an Allen key type one, obviously you won't need a ratchet, but if you've got so this is a 3/8 drive one, so I'll use a 3/8 ratchet for that. Then you'll need a 24mm, either a 24mm spanner, a ring spanner, you can use an open end spanner but I wouldn't really advise it, or a socket. You might need a wobbly bit to get onto the oil filter, and then you'll need a flathead screwdriver as well. So let's get into it. So first thing you want to do is obviously get underneath your car, find a way to get underneath your car. Luckily for me I've got a ramp. If not, jack up the front of your car, put axle stands underneath it, and if you are using a jack, make sure that you chock your wheels so that your car doesn't roll away. Then you're going to want to warm your engine up first, so start the car. You're going to let the engine get nice and warm. The warmer the engine is, the easier the oil's going to come out, the more oil's going to come out, nice and quickly. If your engine's stone cold, then your oil might come out kind of, a bit sludgy or take a while to come out. So it's always best to warm your engine up first. This is really hot, this engine, I've only just had it running. So I'm going to switch it off now and then I'll show you what I do next. So what you're going to want to do, pull your dipstick out, open your cap. Now my advice is don't just leave it off, because if you drop something down there then you're going to have to take the rocker cover off to replace it, or to retrieve it, sorry. So leave it kind of half on like that, so that way nothing can drop down it. Now you're going to want to crack your oil filter off. So your oil filter is just here, located on the right hand side of the engine. That's a 24mm. That is there. So what I'll do, just grab a torch, just drop something, just grab a torch there, you can see what's going on. So I've got a rag here, I'm just going to pop the rag just underneath it like that there, so if any oil spills out, hopefully the rag will catch most of it. So the rag's just there now. So I've got this here, this is a 1/2 inch ratchet with a small extension, a wobbly bit and a 24mm. Let's spin it so you can see the 24, there you go, 24mm. So remember, lefty loosey, righty tighty, so we're going to want to loosen this. So bit difficult to do with a wobbly on one hand. There we go, broke it loose. Right, so I've just broke that loose now, the 24mm on it. I'm going to loosen it off a little bit. I'm not going to take this all the way out yet. I'm just breaking the seal, so that way the oil that's in this now will drain into the sump, and then when we take the sump plug out, we'll get all the oil out that we can. Right. That's broken off enough. Put that ratchet down on the floor. So now that's broken out. Now the seal's broken, sorry. There you go. Right. We'll send it up now. Right, so now I've got it up in the air. Your T45, this is your sump, this is where all your engine oil is. Your T45 will slot into this is your sump plug. So, you're going to want to crack this loose, lefty loosey. Now before we crack that loose, get whatever you're putting your oil in. So I've got an oil drainer here. Now sometimes these can be really tight. So a good way to crack them loose is to just hit the ratchet, give it a quick smack. Because if you just push against that now, it might not come loose. See, I've got quite a lot of force on that now, it's not coming loose. If you give it a quick tap, it should come loose in one decent hit. So I'm just going to set this down here. Right, hopefully that's a good enough angle for you to see, it should be. So, while it's in the sump plug, just give it a quick tap. There you go, that's broke that loose. Now take your sump plug out. Remember, if your engine's been running, this oil that comes out of this is going to be really hot. So I'm going to just spin off the sump plug now and let it drop into the drainer. If you're using a bucket, remember you're going to have to get this afterwards. There we go. Now there's all the dirt oil coming out. I'll just have to retrieve my sump plug afterwards. It's going to be in there somewhere. Don't know if you can see the oil is steaming. It's really warm. So we'll let that drain out of there, let it fully drain out, and then we'll replace the oil filter after that. So I've just let that finish draining. You can see it's just dripping slightly out there now. Just retrieved my sump plug. Now this will have a little tiny rubber washer in it. Just see that there all the way around. Gonna make sure that's still in good condition. If it's all broken and kind of fell apart and stuff, you just have to buy a new sump plug for it. But clean all that up with a rag. And I'll sometimes give this a little bit of a wipe as well, just around there. Then put your sump plug back in. And the lefty loosey, righty tighty. There we go. So clean all that off there. Now, you're going to want to get your ratchet and your T45 and tighten it up. Now this does not need to be tight. This just needs to be kind of nipped and a little bit more. So that's nipped now, that's just had like my weight against it. Let's give it just a little bit more because you can see that it's 14 newton meters. 14 newton meters is not a lot at all. So let's give it just a little bit more now. There you go. That's as tight as I need it. I'm going to get some spray. Spray it all down. That's brake cleaner, brake and clutch cleaner. Spray it all off. Give it another wipe down. Right, we'll send it back down. Move my thing out of the way. Right, I'm going to send it down now, and then we'll do the oil filter. So, I'm going to do the oil filter now. So obviously, because we cracked it off at the start, it'll be nice and loose now. Just want to unscrew it fully, pull it out. And there's the top of it. Now the oil filter should click into that, so the oil filter should come out with this cup. But if it's not, that's fine. Just going to pull the filter out. It's a little bit tight, this one. Give it a bit of a wiggle. There we go. There's your oil filter. You can see definitely needed replacing that. Looks terrible. So I'm just going to pop this on the bench here, and I'll pop the housing on there as well. Going to check there's nothing else down there, because sometimes these Corsa oil filters can degrade so badly. I mean, this one's still in one piece, because it's a paper filter, they can degrade so badly that they end up just basically falling apart, and they all fall apart inside there. So if I just put the camera there now, sorry, put the torch there now, you can see there's nothing else down there, just a little bit of oil, so that's fine. I'll just set this up here now so you can see what I'm doing with it. So now you've got your oil filter, old oil filter, your cup, and you want a flathead screwdriver. So first of all, take the oil filter out the box, the new one, and check it's the same as the old one. Yep, that's the same, bottom's the same, top's the same, fantastic. So I know that's now the right filter. Leave it just to one side for a second. They all come with a seal. See there, that was in this this oil filter box, a new seal. So now just leave it on the side here, keep it clean. Now take your flathead screwdriver and put it at the bottom of the oil filter cup there, and pull your old seal out. Once it's underneath it, lever it over, spin it round, there you go. You've got your old seal off. Lubricate it up slightly, your new one. So what I do is I put the two filters together, just rub them through my hands, get your new one. Make sure there's no grit on it or anything like that. And now, put it on the bottom there. So don't put it on the threaded part. You can see all the way around there is a groove basically all the way around there where it's going to sit. So push it in that groove first, and then push it all the way on, all the way around. Oh, push it all the way on, all the way around like that. There we go. Get your new oil filter. Click it in the bottom. That's ready to go back in now. So that's what your oil filter should look like now. Nice new filter. It's clicked into the housing. You've got a new seal on it, which is sat around the bottom. You've checked that there's nothing in there. That's all clean. We'll just get my torch here and bring my torch down a little bit further so you can see a bit better. So you check nothing's in there. That's all clean. Now sometimes I just give the inside here just a little bit of a wipe, just where the seal's going to sit in case there's any debris or anything in it. So I'm just going to give it just a little bit of a wipe around there. Now I know that's nice and clean. Spill a little bit of oil there. Okay, now I'm going to get your new filter. Pop it on. Screw it in by hand first. Check that it's going in right. There you go. So it's in a couple of threads now. Now I'm going to get my ratchet again and tighten it back in. Now this is only a plastic oil filter housing, sorry, a plastic cup going into an aluminium housing. So the cup will break basically if I over tighten this. And it says on the cup, you probably can't see it now, but it says 25 Newton meters. Again, not a lot. So just give it a little bit of a nip, and then if you just go past it a little bit, oh, there you go, it's tight enough. I'm just going to give us a quick wipe down. Like that. Get rid of any oils on it or anything. There you go, all done. Right, we'll put some oil in it now. So now we're going to pour the oil in. I'm just going to push this dipstick down and out the way. Make sure it's pushed all the way back in. Right, so I'm using 530 here. Now if you're not very confident at pouring it into there, go and get a funnel, otherwise you'll pour oil all over your engine. Now this takes 3 litres this, so I'm going to put about 2.7 in, and then we'll start it up. Oh, just spilt a little bit on the manifold myself. Right, that's now got just under 3 litres in it. So I'm going to put this cap back on. Make sure the dipstick is pushed all the way in. The oil filter is tight and it's clean. I'm going to start it up now. I'm going to send it back up. I'm going to check underneath it for any oil leaks or anything like that. And then we'll send it back down and check the oil level. So first thing we'll do, when it's just been started back up, we want to check the oil filter isn't leaking. So we can see here, oh, you can see there, all looks nice. It's not leaking from anywhere. Now let's send it up and we'll check the sump plug isn't leaking. So we've sent it back up now. Just looking underneath it, you can see the bottom of the oil filter from here as well. So the oil filter isn't leaking definitely, so that's nice. That's all good. The sump plug isn't leaking from anywhere. That's all nice. We're going to send it back down now and check the oil level. Got the car back on the floor now. Just going to flick the engine back off. We'll come round to the engine. Now, the car doesn't need to be up to operating temperature or anything to check the engine oil level. Just obviously run it up, check you've got no leaks, so we know nothing's leaking. Flick it off, leave it for a minute, then we're going to check the level. Show you how to check the level. So we'll get a little piece of blue roll, or you can use a clean rag or something, just make sure whatever it is, it's nice and clean. Pull out your dipstick, get rid of any excess oil off your dipstick. So the end of the dipstick now should be all nice and clean, nothing on your dipstick. Push your dipstick all the way back in, and then pull it all the way back out, and then we're going to check on the end here. So you can see your levels there. It's not very clear. There we go. You can see your lines. So that is perfect where it is really. I'm just going to clean this dipstick off just so you can see the lines a little bit better. So on your dipstick there, you've got your first one, second, third and fourth. Now your maximum is obviously up here where my fingernail is now. You don't want it to be on your maximum. You want it to be just under the maximum really, ideally. So the oil level where that is at the minute is absolutely perfect. I'm just going to double check it again, push it back in, pull it back out. Yeah, that's perfect. That's just one little notch below the maximum, so I'm really happy with that. I'm going to push that back in now. And there you go, that's now all done. So that's all the oil change officially done now. We've checked the oil level, replaced the filter, the sump plug's tight and it's got the correct amount of oil in it. So a little bonus to that, I'm just going to replace the air filter now. So if you want to keep watching, you can watch how I replace the air filter. So got the new one in the box there. So what we're going to need for this is a 7mm and a T25 Torx piece. So first of all, I'm going to use the 7mm to undo the mass airflow sensor. Then I'm going to get the T25. Let's see if we can put that there actually. That'll make any use. No, it won't. I'll just keep holding it. So I'll get my T25 now. Start undoing. There's only 3 screws holding this air filter in. So I'll undo the first one here. All the way until it won't go anymore. There we go. Just make sure it doesn't get lost. I'll do the second one here. Do the third one down the back here. So these are all T25s. I'll move that to one side. Now you need to push this out of here. I need to pop the camera down for a second, let's just see. There we go, so if we just wiggle that gently side to side, you can then push that out of there like that. So now that's pushed and out the way. I want to unclip this from here, unclip this from here. It's a bit stuck under there actually. Let's see if I can do it without unclipping it. Aha! There's a hidden one. There's 4. I'm mistaken, apologies. Let's undo the 4th one, that'll help. The wire was covering that. There we go, right, that's now loose. Now, it hinges from the back there, so you lift up this side, lifts up like that, and pull it forward slightly. I'm just going to leave that attached to that wire. You should really take it off that wire, but you can do it without. Take your old air filter out. Doesn't really look bad to be honest. Looks in okay condition, but we've got a new one anyway. Throw that away. Check there's no debris in the bottom of there. If there is, get rid of it. There we go, lovely. Now let's get the new air filter out of its box. Place it in there, like so. There we go. And now I'm going to do the exact opposite of what we just did. So hook it under the tabs at the back first, like that, and then push it down at the front side. There we go, it's all in. Let's just start screwing these back in. These 4 T25s, not 3, 4. There we go, give it a little nip. Remember, you're screwing into plastic. You don't need to go crazy with tightening these up. Cool. It's difficult working with one hand. There we go. Now the last one. The hidden one that's not so hidden. I'm just blind. There we go. So now they're all tightened back up. Get your 7mm again, which is there. And put it back on my put it back on my doodah. It's annoying. There we go. Very good. Now pull this and push it back in here. There we go. It's back in there. Tighten this back up. Done. And I'll push this back in there, which I pulled out before. That's that. Done. Air filter's done. There we go. Thanks for watching.